afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great trade-in value from Parkway RV Center. I know she may not be pretty to look at, folks, but this is a good old motorhome right here. We had some people trade this in the other day. This is a 1990 model Southwind. It's the Model E. It's a 30-foot Class A. Shows 32,000 miles on it. People bought this a year and a half ago. They were a retired couple, well into their 70s, and they bought it to live in and do some traveling. They went to Colorado and back with it, and they've been staying for the last several months in the Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama area, full timing in it. And I know it ain't pretty to look at. It's faded. It's an older motorhome, but by gosh, folks, $49.95, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot find a single thing on it that doesn't work. They paid $7,500 for it a year and a half ago. They had brand new tires put on it, had the motor completely gone through, belts, hoses, tune-up, got a 460 Ford, had brakes put on it. I mean, they spent about $3,000 on this motorhome after they bought it to get it mechanically ready for the trip. Got a 4 kW Onan generator that runs, powering everything up inside. So you don't have to worry about tires, you don't have to worry about brakes. You got a functioning generator. I'm gonna tell you, folks, this thing's a deer hunter's dream. They had the roof resealed on it. I mean, they have done way more than I would ever do in a 90 model motorhome myself personally. But here it is, folks. You reap the benefits, $49.95, and you actually get a good running and driving motorhome that everything works for a price that you normally have to buy a big project for. And I know the outside's faded. I know this thing's older. But, you know, I'm pricing it for what I allowed them for trade-in just to move it. $49.95, folks. And this is something you can take and use right off the lot. I mean, everything on it works. Got a hitch on the back. That generator runs good. It's the old style Emerald generator. A little bit louder than modern generators, but it works great. Got an awning. You know, Southwind is one of the oldest series of RVs in the history of the RV industry. They're built by Fleetwood. This is the second best-selling motorhome of all time, second only to its cousin, the Fleetwood Bounder. Glass looks good. Got one little crack here that was here when they got it. They drove it a couple of thousand miles, or more than that actually, with it there. Not going to hurt a thing, not in the driver's line view. I just want to point that out so nobody, you know. And I'm not saying this thing's a new motorhome, folks, but I promise you, look online, go to every RV dealer in the world you can go to. You're not going to find a more solid motorhome with everything functioning for this price anywhere else, not even for sale by owner. $49.95, 32,000 miles. 460 Ford. They had the carburetor rebuilt. They had the motor professionally gone through to make sure that the last year and a half they're going to have as least amount of problems as possible. New tires, new brakes. Got a wheel center missing, which is no big deal. Let's look inside. Now I know it probably needs a little bit of a cleanup, which for $5 grand, for under $5 grand for a functioning motorhome, folks, you can't complain about that. Furnace works great. I've got the furnace on right now. It's even got a full tank of propane. Up here in the front cab, of course, Ford. This is what is this? A Oshkosh or a John Deere chassis, which is just a heavy-duty Ford chassis. Got the 460 V8. Now, folks, this is a 90 model, so it is carbureted. So you're going to have to pump the gas a little bit when it's cold to get it going. And it is a 3-speed without overdrive. So, you know, this isn't something that's going to run 80 miles an hour down the road. These are made to run about 65 and cruise. And these folks, that's where they like to drive anyway. So Heat up front works great. Got a little TV. Upholstery looks good. Got a sleeper sofa. Got a table booth that makes a bed. Air conditioner works. The refrigerator works. Got a newer refrigerator, and it's still the RV two-way, so it can runs off of LP or electric. No soft spots in the floor. The ceiling panels look great. The wall panels look great for a 28-year-old motorhome. Stainless steel sink. Got rear twin beds, so this would be ideal for deer hunters. Got a microwave. All the lights work. I mean, you're going to be impressed in this motorhome for this price. Now, is it a $20,000 motorhome? Of course not. It's a $5,000 motorhome, folks, but I promise you, you're not going to find a better shape, better condition $5,000 motorhome anywhere else. 2 twin beds in the back, bathroom, and they've been living in this for the last 1.5 years, folks, so you know everything's good as far as the water system and all that. Got a medicine cabinet in here, RV toilet, stand-up shower, skylight, all fiberglass surround in your shower. And folks, you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying it's a new motorhome. It's a decent, solid old motorhome. It's an older motorhome. Of course, you know, you can't get a 90 model financed anywhere. You know, if you need to finance something like this, you're going to have to go to your bank or credit union and get a personal loan or signature loan. I don't know of any lender in the country that, you know, it's like trying to go to a bank and financing a 90 model car. It's just, you know, unless you know your bank really well, or they're the exception to the rule, you know, you're going to have a hard time getting financed. I've got this thing priced for a cash customer just to come in and buy it and leave with it. You can check the NADA, and of course, NADA, I just got it pulled up on my phone, pardon the cracked screen. It's $10,300. That just shows you how inaccurate NADA is, folks. And I've said this in my last several videos. NADA value and market value are polar opposites. Now, of course, you look 1990 model Southwinds up online, they're anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000 depending on the condition. Mine's $49.95, and you can see for yourself it works. And if you want to come down here, look at it yourself, we'll crank the generator up, turn the furnace on, turn the fridge on, and you can see for yourself that it works. But I'm not going to take a dime less than $49.95 for this. I don't care how you're paying for it. It's $49.95. Try to find, and I challenge you to find a better motorhome for $49.95 that everything works on. Like I said, these people have had over $10,000 invested in this motorhome. They drove it probably 3,000 or 4,000 miles, and here it is for $49.95 for less than half what they have in it. New tires, you're not going to have to worry about having 10 or 12-year-old tires on it. Brakes are good. I've driven this motorhome. It shifts good, runs good. Now, it is a 3-speed, so automatic, so it's not overdrive. So, you know, this would be an excellent local camping unit. Be excellent for deer camp. This is something that you can afford to put in the woods for a few years and take it out of the woods and probably sell it and get your money back out of it, folks, if you clean it up good. I mean, this is a great opportunity for somebody who's looking for an RV, who is on a budget, if you've got somebody that has issues with their credit, that's got $5 grand cash and can't get financed, this is an excellent choice for you, folks. It's $49.95 cash money, dead presidents. I'm not taking a check, not taking credit cards. I will take a cashier's check just in case you don't want to carry that much cash with you. Or you can do a bank-to-bank wire transfer, and I will take trades. So if you've got got something to trade in, I'll be happy to put a value on it for you if it's something I can sell. And I trade for stuff that other dealers don't touch. I'll trade for, of course, RVs and campers. I'll trade for boats. I'll trade for cars, trucks. Right now, motorcycles, probably not. Unless it's just about half value, because right now motorcycles, according to the dealers that buy my motorcycle trade-ins, they're not buying anything till after February, when the season starts. So or January, I mean. So motorcycles probably won't be able to do much with, but I'll trade for guns, I'll trade for jewelry, gold, silver, I'll trade for lawn equipment, tractors. I mean, just about everybody's got a couple of grand of stuff worth trading in and sitting around their house. And I'm going to tell you, folks, when you see this motorhome, you're going to be impressed. I mean, for the price. Granted, I can sell you of course, a motorhome for $30,000, $40,000 that's a lot newer and a lot nicer, but this one right here will do everything that $30,000 motorhome will do for about 25 grand less. So, and in fact, the people that traded this in are still going to live in a motorhome. They're still going to full-time. They bought them a $30,000 Winnebago, so they made a pretty significant upgrade. So anyway, folks, give us a call, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Again, folks, don't offer me less. I'm not going to take it. It takes $49.95, dead presidents, cashier's check, or wire transfer to buy this motorhome. If you offer me $1 less, I'm going to turn it down. And I'm going to challenge you to find a 32,000-mile motorhome with a functioning generator, and everything works with almost new tires, new brakes, and everything that's been done to this motorhome. I challenge you to beat this deal, folks. You know, last week I did some older trade-ins, an old travel trailer, an old fifth wheel, and they didn't last 24 hours. Deer hunters are buying anything up under $5,000 that they can, just like they do every year, and this is something I don't think will last more than a day or two at this price. I mean, this is a decent older motorhome for somebody who just wants a starter motorhome like these folks bought. This is a great choice. Like I said, they last year and a half, it's been to Colorado and back, and it's been all over the southeast, so it hasn't been sitting around deteriorating like a lot of older motorhomes have. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. You can email us at sales@parkwayrvcenter.com. Again, folks, no financing available. You know, if you want to check with your own bank, we'll be happy to send them over whatever paperwork they need. Some local banks may do a loan on this because it's half a book value, but I don't know. Every bank's different, but I would recommend just getting a personal loan or a signature loan if you don't have the cash to buy this motorhome, if you want to buy it. I don't know about you, but I can go in and get a $10,000 personal loan in 30 minutes at my bank, and I don't even have to have collateral. So, of course, everybody's credit's different. Everybody's bank's different. I still use about the only hometown local lender that's still around in our area that hasn't merged with a big bank yet. So, but, you know, it just depends on what kind of relationship you have with your bank. You know, you can get just about anybody with halfway decent credit and get a $5,000 signature loan, folks. I mean, be honest with you. I mean, it's a 30-minute ordeal, an hour at the most. If it takes your bank longer to do a $5,000 personal loan than an hour or two, you need to find a different bank. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, call us, email us. I'm putting this one on our website and several different RV for sale sites. This is a deal that somebody's going to travel. In fact, I had a $3,500 fifth wheel, and I had people travel from Louisiana 8 hours away to buy it. So this cheap stuff, folks, is hard to find, and I seriously doubt, and you can quote me on this, and I'll never have another motorhome like this for this price. I can pretty much guarantee you that. RVs have shot up in value over the last several years. Used ones have. Like I said, you saw the book value on this thing, and you can look them up online, folks. You can look up 90 model Southwind Model E's. They're $7,900, $8,900 everywhere else, and nowhere near in good a condition as this one. So the fridge. This is a newer fridge, and yeah, I mean it's already working. It's cold. This is the Dometic. This fridge is probably maybe 3 or 4 years old at the oldest. I mean, that's $1,500 right there. The tires are probably another $1,200 to $1,500. So, I mean, you add all this stuff up, folks, this thing's a bargain. Basically, for what the fridge, the generator, and the tires are worth, you're buying a fully self-contained motorhome for what the fridge, the generator, and the tires and brakes are worth. Thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.